Kamaru Usman breaks down the potential fight against Sean Brady. Brady became his preferred next opponent after the Leon Edwards fight, which impressed Kamaru and resulted in a call-out during the Former Champs podcast with Henry Cejudo. But his choice to pick Brady over other possible options for his next fight, including Shavkat or Buckley, can be simply explained by the updated UFC rankings, in which Sean occupies the #1 position at welterweight. As someone looking for the shortest path towards a title shot, this would be the perfect opportunity to jump the line and get a chance to recapture his belt. Kamaru shared thoughts on the matchup itself and how he sees himself beating Brady.
I'm the perfect hybrid to where I'll nullify any style.
Okay.
You know, and I'll give him it doesn't matter. I'm ambidextrous with the work. I can give it to him with the left or the right hand, the rest left stance or the right stance.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. So
yeah, I tell you what, your style can nullify a lot of his grappling where he's good at. This is why I like that fight. And if Sean Brady really wants it, you know, he would love to add, you know, the Nigerian Nightmare to his name, and I think it makes perfect sense. No, he could have won, but now one thing that wanted to do it, because it's like me. Like I knew I wanted TJ. I knew I wanted a lot of these guys who have come before me, who have become champions. But if Sean Brady accepts, dude, I love it. The Nigerian Nightmare 2025 versus Sean Brady. Dana White, Uncle Hunter, book it.
I know he might want it because his coach might want it for him. So Dean Thomas, I'm watching you.
Colby Covington talks about the possibility of him moving up to middleweight for a fight with Sean Strickland. The former interim welterweight champion has morphed into a troll-like figure in the UFC, and these days he's not perceived as someone who still has a potential to compete at the top of welterweight, especially considering the level of talent in the top 5, or even top 8. He's a 37-year-old on a 2-fight losing streak, and the game has certainly caught up to him. The impressive cardio and volume, 2 qualities that made him elite once, seem to have significantly faded. But one thing that's still the same with him is the character he plays to provoke reactions from fighters and get into headlines, though it's not nearly as effective as it used to be. In his latest interview, Covington said he's interested in moving up to 185 for a fight against Sean Strickland.
It's an interesting fight. I like that fight. I don't see any danger out of him. He's not like a power puncher. He's just a cardio kickboxer. He comes forward, so you know I could put him on his ass and I'll match his pace. So you know if that's what the UFC wants, I'd be willing to go up to middleweight. I started my career at middleweight. I was weighing 183, and I started my professional career at 185 because no one would fight me at 170. So you know I'm familiarized with 85. To be honest, I've always trained with bigger guys. That was always my thing in the gym, is I want to train with bigger guys. So when I get in there, you know guys at 170 are going to be cakewalks. So you know that is an interesting fight. If that's what the UFC wants and they think that can do good business, then I'd love it.
Corey Sandhagen plans on demolishing Davison Figueiredo in their May headliner. The Sandman has had some difficult times on his mission to become a UFC champion. While he's one of the most talented bantamweights with a well-rounded skill set and unorthodox fighting style, which has won him many fans ever since he first came onto the scene, one thing he's repeatedly failed to do is break through the last barrier to claim a championship belt. Aside from the quick submission defeat to Aljamain Sterling, all of his losses came as a result of highly competitive bouts against the very best in the division. Now, he's once again presented with an opportunity to get a high-profile win and start building a winning streak, which will lead him to a title shot. He understands the importance of the figgy fight.
Merab has beaten all of these guys already. I'm the only guy that hasn't fought him, and I think that it would be a hell of a fight between the two of us also. And then you take also, if O'Malley beats Merab, the entire world wants to watch me and O'Malley fight. So that would be one for the fans, and it would be on a huge stage fighting for the belt too, which would just compound all of the interest that's already there for that fight. So, you know, I'm gonna really, really do my best to completely demolish Figueiredo by every means that I can and get a finish in this one and make it like not even a close fight at all and look like the most impressive fighter in the entire world, so that afterwards I don't have to, you know, I don't have to like be around, you know, like say it without some confidence that I want a title shot next. I want to go out and have a performance that earns a title shot. And so that's where I'm setting the bar for this one.
Alex Pereira says he wasn't yet offered a rematch with Magomed Ankalaev, contrary to what the new light heavyweight champion claimed on social media, writing that the company gave him an August date. He didn't want to get detailed about the claims of an injury and illness made by his coach recently, but confirmed it. Alex and his coach, who also often serves as his translator, also criticized the commentary team for being biased and affecting people's perception of the fight. In their interview with Ariel Helwani, the two shared they think Alex actually won the fight, and if one watches it without the commentary, it's not difficult to see. Pereira also vowed to do whatever he wants with Ankalaev in their second clash.
Uma data muito boa. É só o contrato chegar que eu também tô assinando.
Nothing got to me yet, but August is a good date. So when the contract gets in, I'm signed. You gotta understand one thing. When you watch a fight, cage side, and no commentators talking about the fight, because sometimes the comments can lead you to,
Sure.
you know what I mean? Some guys go towards more the grappling, some guys go towards more, so they can lead your opinion sometime. For what I saw, 5 feet from my eyesight, Alex won 3 rounds. I think the statistics, even for significant strikes, the 3rd round was Alex. So if it was not real takedowns on that round, how come they can score to that guy?
Chael Sonnen was impressed with Tom Aspinall's cheap rubber duck, which he used as a prop to take a shot at John Jones during UFC's live broadcast in London for Edwards vs. Brady. Aside from the simple idea of calling John a duck for seemingly avoiding the fight with him, the interim heavyweight champion was able to get mentioned on Sonnen's channel without paying $10,000. Here's how impressed Chael was with the Brit using a 15-cent duck from a Happy Meal.
This man is rich and he's famous. He can afford a really good-looking duck. He pulls out one like you would get in a Happy Meal. In fact, I suspect that he did. And there's a little machine that they have. It's called the claw. I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's in like pizza shops. You throw a couple of quarters in, and then this thing moves around, and you push it like a, and it goes down. And maybe it gets something, and maybe it doesn't. It was a duck like that. It probably had a wholesale value of somewhere around 15 cents. And that's the duck that Tom Aspinall, in the front row, he's in a $5,000 seat, and the prop of choice that he elected to go with is a 15-cent duck, possibly from a Happy Meal. Like that interpretation of that piece of theater. This was so great. This was great stuff. This is a brilliance. $10,000 is my rate, by the way, if anyone wants to know. Tom just got one on the house, and all it cost him was a 15-cent plastic duck.